Today's challenge is going to be World War II USSR vs. the MAUS to see if in an alternate reality, if World War II, 1945 and prior tanks of the USSR would be able to win against a MAUS. We had seen in the last one with our previous challenge vid that it was a bit of a challenge with the KV2s, and in a more historical situation, we're going to see how this turns out in this new episode of Challenge. In round one, we have my perspective in the SU-152, also a couple IS tanks, a KV2, and an SU-122S, along, silly enough, with a BT tank, which did actually help us, funny enough, in either helping him to slow down by blocking him from turning or spotting him much quicker. BT gets eyes and marks him on the map. IS slowly moves up to see if he can get eyes on where he may be. The Steel Beast in an excellent position behind those bushes. And taking out one of the USSR tanks, leaving us with 5 left. On the map, as you can see, we're trying to surround him, getting shots off on all sides. We learned with the last challenge that the MAUS does much better in wide open areas, shooting smoke now to blind some of us in different positions as we try to surround him and take shots on different angles. Take a shot at the MAUS, unfortunately not able to do much. Try to use that HE shell, hit the side of the turret or those cheeks, and get the gas tanks on fire. Not having a whole lot of luck right here. Lining up another shot. And luckily knocking out, doing some damage to his cannon, as hopefully more of our teammates are able to approach. MAUS pops smoke, one of our teammates goes charging in. Funny enough, BT looking like the bravest of us all, taking shots. BT knows his risk there, no favoritism in not shooting him. MAUS lines up a shot, trying to take him out, and the BT makes it just behind a building in time. MAUS keeps disappearing off the map as in replay mode. It only shows him, I'm guessing, when he is spotted. Lining up another shot, takes it, and unfortunately only knocking out his track, helping the MAUS not be able to move back even further, and hopefully letting the USSR push up a little more to put pressure on the MAUS. KV2 on the far left next to the factory tries looking through the smoke to take another shot, but unfortunately gets taken out, knocking out another USSR tank. Continues to take a beating from the USSR tanks, trying to attack it from all sides. Takes a hit from the ISU-122S on the far right. MAUS turns his cannon, ISU trying to back up, and unfortunately losing another tank. The chances of the USSR winning this match are coming down to very slim chances. In this, I try to get a little closer and get some different positions on him. Luckily, only taking my track out, I was a little low on the shot. It is a bit more difficult. Plus, we are in his spawn area, meaning the tanks, when we get closer to this side, are making it so we are marked on the map, giving the MAUS a little bit of an advantage. This was actually quite a smart position for him to be in. Smoke starts to clear. We line up to take another shot with our team. Beating down on the MAUS. The MAUS pops more smoke in a position I thought I could cross over to get a different angle. Being on the same side as the KV2, the MAUS was now paying attention too much to the left side where both of us were. I try to make it way just through the gates here and through an opening and get taken out. And I must say, this was a lot harder of a challenge in my opinion than just doing the only KV2s and simulating maybe a USSR platoon 1945 era mixed of a different bunch of types of tanks. Now there are tanks like the IS and even I think the SU-122S. We can damage them but need to get that real flat armor. It makes it very difficult. Calling a forfeit here, going into match 2, MAUS takes a victory for round 1. Now, when we were doing this round, I was a little nervous about our missile truck going in first to try and find out where the MAUS was instead of the BT. Wanted to utilize this missile truck maybe a little bit better, but he actually did play quite carefully and was able to be quite helpful in spotting the MAUS in a safe position, ending up finding him here in this warehouse. Trying a little bit of a different tactic here, shoots the BT, knocking out the driver with that short 75mm cannon. MAUS starts moving up a little bit more. Goes, I think, to finish our friend off and gets absolutely hammered by the truck. Can't quite see him here. I was trying to finagle with the replay settings because he was not appearing. Here he is from our perspective. It could have just been from my replay. I had not yet approached. I tried flanking a little bit wide. IS coming up around the back. A lot more missiles being fired at the MAUS. Knocking out the cannons, but unfortunately just not doing what it needs to. And knocking the truck out. 2 USSR vehicles down. MAUS decides to make an advancement through the smoke while he has his cannon fixed and takes out the KV2, trying to make a brave attempt at getting along the side of a MAUS and taking him out. The MAUS knows the IS is behind him, trying to find him through the smoke, taking a shot, not finding much luck on where he might be approaching from, is hearing some sounds right in front of him, takes a blind shot, sees him marked on the map. The sound is approaching and getting louder. Thinking he's coming from right in front of him, he comes up along the side, getting ready to take a shot and finish him off with that flat armor shot. Well done to the IS-2, leaving it to be a victory for USSR in the second round. Round 3 takes us to Normandy with the new tank we're going to be trying out, the IS-3, along with a KV-2, an ISU-122, an SU-152, an IS-2, and a BT. When we did research with those that helped, the IS-3, from what we had found, had a release. During 1945, this tank very well could have seen combat against the MAUS had things gone maybe a little differently in the war. We're going to find out what the MAUS's approach is going to be in this situation. As I was going out here on the far left-hand side and started using my binos, I see the MAUS making its approach in my direction. Trying to be a little careful here, and takes out our IS-2 right at the beginning before we're able to get eyes on the enemy. Also hitting the IS-3, luckily not penetrating him. Our team starts to panic a little bit as more shots from the 75mm start raining down on the USSR side. KV-2 tries to go out, hiding behind a little bit of the hills. IS-3 starts to take the flank approach. I'm still out on the very far hills on the far left. KV-2 realizing he's at a little bit of a hard position while the MAUS reloads his large cannon. BT does back up, trying to protect himself as well. And the KV-2 gets taken out. This is turning into an absolute disaster for USSR right at the beginning. I know my chances here is to try putting him in a bad spot. I see the MAUS still moving out in my direction. I turn my cannon around, either 1, catching him on fire, 2, knocking out his cannons, or by luck, actually knocking out the MAUS. Now the IS-3 is trying to make an advance. If you look at the map from the flanking position from town, I take a shot at a pretty good side shot on the turret, damaging looked like his engine. Our ISU-122S taking shots from a far position, trying to get a little bit of that penetrating shot as the MAUS is angled slightly downhill and also shooting at some of that flatter armor. The IS-3 makes his advance slowly up through these buildings while the MAUS tries to hide behind for as much cover as possible. He sees him. ISU-122S taking a shot. IS-3 coming around the corner. Getting hit, no critical damage. IS-3 moving up. Will the ISU-122S have a good enough shot on the side? We both try to get in position as the IS-3 continues to put pressure on it. Trying to use that 75mm shot maybe to fool the IS-3 and thinking he had already fired. Is a trick with the MAUS that I have noticed does fool some players. Exposing his rear, takes the shot, bounces off, and kills the MAUS. The shot from the ISU-122S all the way across the map ends up penetrating and getting him right through the back. Very well played, excellent round, and now we'll be going into round 4, the final match. USSR tanks advance through the town and also on the hills with the T-34 and the Su-152 from my perspective. Keeping an eye out for the MAUS, getting closer to the spawn. No eyes are seen yet. Knowing that the moment should be drawing nigh any second. The MAUS gets spotted. He's trying to play the long-range game. Me as the Su-152 just taking a shot on the side of the turret. As the MAUS starts pointing his cannon toward the T-34 on the far left side of the map. I hide behind the building while trying to reload. Our team continues to move in, but our IS-2 gets taken out, trying to move through the buildings and advance on the MAUS. I try lining up my next shot, looking like I may get a perfect chance here at lighting his engine on fire, but unfortunately nothing. And what do we have here? A T-34 charging into combat. The brave soul tries taking on the steel beast, while the rest of the USSR tanks continue to fire upon him. He gets along his side, trying to do what he can. The Russians laugh in the face of danger as they continue to charge in to take out the MAUS. Not only one, but not only two. Another, the missile truck, makes his approach. Unfortunately getting taken out, but the Russians will not give up without a fight. I am able to take a shot with my Su-152HE and catch him on fire. Hoping to do the same just another time. The rest of us continue to charge in. And I must say, this was just hilarious. Just all rushing in, seeing what we could do. Almost like no hope in taking this thing out. This actually took a long time. I'm trying to shoot at the sides, under the turret. Our BT gets taken out. The ISU 122S finishing out its service for the motherland. And me as the only 1S in the SU 152. Trying to go up along the side. He's 75mm. Heat rounds me right in the rear, taking out some of my crew. Now extending the length of my reload time to an atrocious amount. And going in here, fast forwarding because of the duration of the circle of deathing, shooting, reloading, doing anything I can. Trying to hit the side, trying to hit the back of the turret, trying to hit the back door, and eventually bringing the last round to the end, making the MAUS the winner of this match. Well, everyone, hope you guys enjoyed this vid. If you liked it, hit the smash and subscribe button for more awesomeness. This is the Muffin here. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.